Hello there you guys, welcome to one of my videos. Zidane or Conte to replace Solskjaer. Now according to reports from Spain, Zinedine Zidane has no interest in becoming Manchester United manager if Solskjaer gets sacked. Zinedine Zidane is managerless at the moment. He did recently say he's enjoying life away from football management. Reports from Spain said the other week that Manchester United contacted Zinedine Zidane because of the recommendation of Cristiano Ronaldo. But you know, there is United fans that are demanding Zinedine Zidane in. Now, Antonio Conte, he's the favourite to replace Solskjaer at Manchester United. Reports have said today that Conte is open to taking the Manchester United job to replace Solskjaer, but Conte has reservations about the club's structure. Not so long ago it said that Conte wanted a meeting with the Manchester United board. Earlier on this season, it said Conte would accept the Manchester United job if Solskjaer was to get sacked, but Conte made it clear that he wants a winning project. So reflecting on that, he rejected Arsenal and he rejected Tottenham. Conte is available because he left Inter Milan at the end of last season. Conte's got a very good pedigree behind him, won a lot of silverware in his home nation. And he won the Premier League in his first season at Chelsea, so he's managed in the Premier League before, which is beneficial. I think if Conte got appointed in as Manchester United's new manager, he'd get us back to that level where we should be at, and he'd suit the strappings of the club. Not so long ago, Erik Ten Hag held talks with Manchester United. Now obviously I've been talking with you a lot about Ole Gunnar Solskjaer today. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is on the verge of being sacked by Manchester United after Manchester United's humiliation to Liverpool yesterday. The Manchester Evening News said earlier on today, like I updated you on, that Manchester United are considering sacking Solskjaer as manager. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has lost the dressing room. He has. After the 5-0 defeat to Liverpool, Solskjaer refused to resign. And he came out and said that I've come too far to give up now. So now Solskjaer is fighting to save his job. Romano came out earlier on today, like I updated you, and he said that Solskjaer is hours away from the sack, and he did mention that the Man United board were thinking about Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's future. I do believe Solskjaer will be sacked by the end of this week. I have a lot of respect for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer for what he's done for the club. Obviously, Solskjaer is a legend of the club. He endured 11 years as a player for Man United. He flourished under Sir Alex Ferguson's guidance. And he had a pedigree as a player, But unfortunately, Solskjaer hasn't got it as a manager. You know, we have enjoyed some good periods under Ole, so that is a positive. But I just believe that Solskjaer is in a position that he shouldn't be in, and the expectations are far too high for him to exceed at Manchester United. I did say to you, didn't I, that Solskjaer has to win a trophy as Manchester United manager to save his job. You know, he hasn't won a trophy as Manchester United manager. We haven't won a trophy since 2017. And at the start of this season, Solskjaer came out and said that his ambition was to win the Premier League this season. Obviously, there was United fans that were very sceptical we were going to win a title or anything under Ole anyway. We haven't won the Premier League since 2013. But with the squad Manchester United have got, you know, we should be winning the league this season, or at least challenging for the league. You know, we're now, 7th in the Premier League after 9 games. Nowhere near good enough to our standards. We might not even get top 4 this season, and that would be a disaster if we don't get top 4, because then we won't have Champions League football for next season, and that will persuade a lot of our top players, or all our top players, to go. But Solskjaer has no more excuses. He ran out of excuses, I'd say, a while ago now. Like I said, he's got a good squad. But the problem is, the players are not playing as a team. They're playing as individuals, like pundits have recently said. You know, Solskjaer received very good backing in this year's summer transfer window. You know, John Murtough backed him, Darren Fletcher backed him, Ed Woodward's backed him, and surprisingly, the Glazers backed him. And you know what? Manchester United enjoyed a very good summer transfer window this year. We made 4 signings, spent, £141 million. Solskjaer's enjoyed like 5 transfer windows as permanent Man United manager. But obviously this season is his third full season at Man United. In the summer, Solskjaer got given a new contract until 2024. There's an option of a further year. I can't understand why we give Solskjaer that new contract. You know, Solskjaer has been in charge of Manchester United for almost 3 years now. But the reason Ole has lasted as long as he has done is because he's a legend of the club. Disregarding being a legend of the club, I think he would have been gone a while ago. Solskjaer got appointed in December 2018 to replace Mourinho. He's been permanent Manchester United manager since March 2019. And you know what? We spent a lot of money under Ole. Must have spent like £441 million. Ole's brought 14 players in. In the summer of 2019, he recommended Daniel James and Wan-Bissaka and Harry Maguire in. In January 2020, he brought Bruno Fernandes in and Odi Nagalo in on loan. In the summer of 2020, he brought Edison Cavani in, Donny van der Beek, Alex Telles, Amad Diallo and Facundo Pellistri. And in this year's summer transfer window, he brought Eaton in, Sancho, Varane and re-signed Cristiano Ronaldo. Yes, Ole has made some progress during his time in charge of Man United, because don't forget, in his first full season he got Manchester United to 3 semi-finals and he got us a 3rd place finish in his first full season. Obviously last season, which was his 2nd full season, he got us to the EFL Cup semi-final, the FA Cup quarter-final, the Europa League final, and that was Solskjaer's first major final as Man United manager. And last season he got us a 2nd place finish, so there you go. And we also went on a 29-game unbeaten run away from home in the Premier League. Leicester ended our 29-game unbeaten away run in the Premier League. And I like the way Solskjaer develops the youth. But revert back to what I've said on my recent videos. Ollie knew when he'd taken over as Manchester United manager that it was going to be a massive job, despite him knowing the club through thick and thin, and he knew he had a hell of a lot to do when he came in. You know, Solskjaer is inheriting players who other managers have brought in. Obviously, there's only two here now from the Ferguson era, that's Jones and De Gea. Obviously, Mata's still here from the David Moyes era, but I presume Mata will be going next year. There's still some players here from the Louis van Gaal era that, you know, Solskjaer's inheriting. And there's still quite a few players here from the Jose Mourinho era, you know, that Solskjaer is inheriting. To be honest with you though, despite the thrashing to Liverpool and all of that, I expected Solskjaer to do far worse than he has. You know what I mean? But like I've said to you before, not all of the blame stems from the manager with our poor results and our poor performances. There's also players that have got to take responsibility as well. You can have a go at Solskjaer for like his decision making. A lot of United fans have got reservations about his decision making. That's probably one of the reasons they want him sacked, as well as the 5-0 loss to Liverpool. Analysing the vast majority of the games Solskjaer's managed at Man United, is being tactically naive. But when Solskjaer is sacked, he will be the fourth permanent manager to be sacked since Ferguson. Yes, like I was saying, yeah, we've sacked 3 managers since Ferguson. You know, we sacked Moyes, we sacked Van Gaal, and we sacked Jose Mourinho. Obviously, Solskjaer's not going to replicate what Ferguson did at the club. No one is going to replicate what Ferguson did at the club, no matter who we get in. Alex Ferguson brought success to Manchester United. He won 30 odd trophies, including 13 Premier League titles. But Alex Ferguson didn't settle in straight away because he didn't win out in his first 4 years at Man United. So that just shows you that it takes some managers time to settle in. Ferguson was a very long-serving manager for Man United. He enjoyed, a 27-year managerial tenure. But good job Ferguson didn't get sacked any time in that 4-year period where he didn't win anything. Because we wouldn't have had any success now, because before Ferguson we weren't that good. You know, we weren't that good under Ron Atkinson. You know, we certainly weren't good under Franco Farrell. We got relegated under Franco Farrell back in 1974, which is 40 odd years ago now. Wilf McGuinness, you know, we weren't good under him either. I think Wilf McGuinness enjoyed like an 18-month tenure. But like I said to you on my recent videos, you know, Man United squad must be worth around £805 million. If you want to include the wages, it's probably £1 billion, maybe more than that. Players are certainly leaving Manchester United next year. We do need a clear out. Martial definitely going next year. Martial doesn't really get in the team, and plus he's out of injury at the moment anyway, and he's not good enough. to represent the club anyway. The best season I recall Martial having was his debut season under Louis van Gaal. That was it. I think Man United will demand close to the 54 million they originally paid for Martial back in 2015 from Monaco. Well, there's been quite a few clubs in for him, haven't there? Earlier on this season it said Newcastle wanted Martial. You know, Newcastle made formal contact with Martial's representatives. Newcastle, as you all know, planning to spend big after the Saudi Arabians taking over them. Martial's been a long-term target for Tottenham. Atletico Madrid wanted him last summer. Martial rejected the chance to join Lyon on loan on deadline day. Before the start of the season, Inter Milan wanted him to replace Lukaku because Lukaku went back to Chelsea. Martial has been at Manchester United for 6.5 years now. He's got 3 years left on his contract at Man United. He scored like 79 goals for Man United in all competitions. Last season he was out with a knee injury for a while, but I think Solskjaer seems to have a lot of trustworthy in him, because don't forget Solskjaer was the one that gave him that number 9 shirt, and before the start of this season Solskjaer refused to sell Anthony Martial. Cavani's definitely going next year. Can't say I want Cavani to leave though, because Cavani's made an impact since he's come in. Cavani came on in the humiliation to Liverpool, had a good chance to be fair, hit the crossbar, should have scored. Initially I thought it was McTominay, but no, it was Cavani. Cavani was out with injury earlier on this season. Cavani has got under a year left on his Man United contract. Back in May, Cavani signed a 1-year contract extension worth £250,000 a week. Earlier on this season, it said Real Madrid want Cavani on loan in January. And Barcelona, they might reignite their interest in January, because they tried to get him on deadline day in the summer transfer window. I am back now, guys. Sorry, I was just doing something. Sorry for the long wait. Yeah, where was I? So yeah, he'll go. Will Cavani. Mata will go next year as well. Lingard will go next year. Van der Beek will go next year because Van der Beek's not getting enough game time at Man United. I think Matic will go next year. Fred will go next year. Hopefully, anyway. I think Tellez will go next year. Jones, Bailly and Dalot will also go next year. There's also a lot of players that will stay at Manchester United as well. Obviously, we know De Gea's staying for this season. Shaw will stay. Shaw's been out of form though so far this season. Where was the Luke Shaw from last season? Maguire will stay despite his poor performances so far this season. Lindelof, not too sure about him. Obviously, Varane will stay. Varane's out with a groin injury at the moment. He's out for a few weeks. And Wan-Bissaka, obviously, he'll stay. But there's aspects of his game that I've got to improve. I do believe Pogba will stay. I think he will end up signing that new contract, if I'm going to be honest with you. Bruno Fernandes will obviously stay. Not too sure about long term. It depends on how things go from now. Sancho will probably stay for this season or until January. Because let's be honest, Sancho's enjoyed a poor start to his Man United career, and there's a few games where Solskjaer doesn't even play him, so he's not going to be happy with that, is he? Rashford will obviously stay as well. Ronaldo will stay. McTominay, he'll probably stay for this season. So there you go. So anyway guys, that's everything to update you for today. Drop your comments, likes below on the channel. If you do, consider subscribe as always, and take care. God bless. See you all again very, very soon.